feels like relief. It feels like, oh, there's no pressure, even though I couldn't have found that word beforehand.
Hey y'all, it's Bo Brotherton with Better Together Life and the Shed to House Facebook group. And you guys, hold on. Oh, I did it. And only 3 days ago, this tree was not even visible on our property. We hired a guy to bring out a Forestry Mulcher that helped us clear all of this space. This is so rad. I'm excited. Let's do it! Oh, almost fell. I think I hurt my neck. That is a big skid steer. Okay, so Pete Van Dyke of Drought Proof Texas is here, my buddy Pete. Pete is our permaculture designer. I think you're the most reoccurring guest probably on the vlog. Pete said, you know what I want. What are the 2 things that I want here on this property?
Build some swales and maybe a pond.
Yeah? Okay, wait, real quick. I need to clarify something. I don't want swales or a pond. I've said this before, Jack Spirko talks about this, is you don't want a drill bit, you want a hole. I don't necessarily want swales or a pond. I want fruit and nut trees. I want to be able to reduce my irrigation costs. I want to reduce erosion on my property, grow a large amount of fish to be able to provide recreation for my family. I want protein for my family. And the best way to get all of those things together would be swales and a pond. I don't want swales and a pond. I want all of those things, and swales and a pond are the best way to get those things. Why do I need to do this before swales and the pond?
You live in a forest of oaks and yopons and cedars all the time in this area. Those trees are growing up closer and closer to the house. So
Yep.
basically, I thought it was a good idea, and then Kelly thought it was a good idea, that we should do some clearing around the house, the silvopasture area.
For sure. I mean, that's something that last time you were here, I was saying, yeah, it's just really hard for me to be able to rotate these animals. And you're like, yeah, you need to get a forestry mulcher out here.
Take this forestry mulcher to it, and it puts like a layer of mulch on the ground. There's no brush piles, no burning, and no bare soil. And if you would have bought this amount of mulch, it would have cost you just as much as to get the guy out here.
What I'm really excited for is seeing it in the back.
Yeah.
The back part of the property is why we bought this property, so I'm excited to actually be able to see stuff back there. It gets kind of scary when the big pieces start coming at you. That's where that guy was
$1. The cost means anybody comes, they're gonna be shocked.
Like after he gets through this little section, let's just go ahead and go. Let's forget about everything over there. That's gonna be around about that 3-hour mark. This is gonna take them probably another 30 minutes to get through all this, right?
Yeah.
And then what do you think we should concentrate on the back? Like, should we concentrate at the highest elevation and work down? Or do you think we should like say, let's clear this thicket, let's clear this thicket? Oh, he's coming back.
Yeah, I think we should just start at the top and work our way down.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking mostly in the open areas.
Okay, cool. I'm down with that too. I kind of want to see the open areas open a little bit more.
Yeah, just sort of like maintain what you've got already cleared.
Yep. Okay, good.
And then we can start moving into that forest if you want.
So what he's doing right now, we're in the back, and he's going to be taking out all of the small things. All of these small little mesquites and everything just creates another edge to where we have to like maintain. It's just a pain in the butt versus him taking it out, and then I can mow over it whenever the little shoots come up. I can mow over those and really cut them down, and then hopefully over time it will eventually stop it. So that's the plan, so that we can fence around some of the bigger things. Like this little mesquite right there, that would be a pain in the rear to fence around. All right, so we are wrapping up here. Pete, last time we saw you, you were doing those topography maps.
These tan lines here, each one of these is a level line.
Whoa.
So the lines show you changes in elevation. Down to this line is 2 feet down, and they're each level. That shows you where water flows.
But you were limited to only in Texas. So
Yeah.
you have news that you guys, like wanting to take Pete up on the amazing deal of only $50 for these maps here in Texas. There was other people that said, hey, is there any way you could do it for my state? And then you were able to open that up to how many states?
I think all of the states. Basically, we did some research, and I talked to my GIS person.
Yeah.
And she figured out a way to use the USGS maps that we have available, but actually have higher intervals.
Okay.
So the normal USGS maps are like 20-foot intervals, and we can get them pretty much at any interval using this thing called digital elevation modeling.
Tell us the price. Like
It's still $50.
okay. I'm telling, like, I love you guys, but I'm telling Pete behind the scenes that he needs to raise the price. So eventually that's gonna go up, but for right now he's still saying that it's 50.
Yeah, just send me an email with your information, and we'll get you the map.
Okay, hey, any other services that you can do here in Texas, and then also like, you know, remote?
That would be the pre-purchase selection service. If you're out there looking for land for purchase, I can help you look at listings, and I do that for free.
You do that for free?
Yeah. unless I have to go to the site,
Okay.
then I charge people for that. But if you just send me listings and say, hey, should I buy this? And I'm probably gonna tell you no. Like I tell most people no.
Okay.
But there's good properties out there. It just really sucks to get a lemon. So
For sure.
just let me know. I can help you out with that. And then if you want to do like a property design after that, or buy a map for
Okay.
the property, I can do that stuff too.
Okay, so that's droughttprooftx.com.
Yep.
And your email's there.
Yep.
Okay.
My email and phone number is both on there.
Okay, cool. I'll put all the information down below for Pete. I think the mulcher is about to shoot us.
We're about to get mulch.
Yeah, we gotta move. Dude, this is so cool. Thank you, Pete. Yes.
Okay, kids, here come the dogs. Run. You're looking very fancy for our morning
know,
coffee
right?
walk.
I was like, I know I need pants, so check.
So in the back, we found this huge, giant dead tree.
You mean the kids found it?
Well, the kids have known that this was here, and we knew that it was here, but well, look how, so he wanted to get back, so he did that.
He did. So Pete said he thinks it's a cedar, and it made me think of the huge cedar in the back that.
But not today, right?
Not today.
What do you mean?
So this is now what we have
What do you mean?
in this part.
It's beautiful.
It's just like I can bury my foot in how deep that is.
If we are like, hey, I need a little bit of mulch for a small garden bed, we can come over here and grab some of that.
How can all this
Grass
stuff
back here.
try to fight?
Yeah.
try to say
Well,
something
there is
like-
grass growing
Yeah.
here. There's
Can
a
I say
lot of
something that
Bermuda back
reminds
here.
me-
Like this is actually some of the best grass growing.
Yes.
Can I say something that reminds me of?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the spot where all of us
Oh,
played
can you get it?
after. And also the ground looks a
Look
lot
at Mercy.
like it.
Oh my gosh, look at Mercy.
The ground looks like it too. Isn't that a snake pit? Here, let me help you.
No.
Look what Mercy's I think
She's growling.
Maybe she thought.
I
snake-
mostly am dreaming about the other side over there. But I like what you said about maybe this is a place to fence in the dogs.
Do you regret this much
Oh.
clearing?
No, not even a little bit. I think it does. Like
You
Pete
now want
said
to
this.
see everything. You want the road to see everything that we are doing back here.
I don't know about that. I'm saying Pete said, he said, does it feel better? I said, it feels more than better. I don't have a word for it. And he said, it feels like relief. I think that's right. It feels like, oh, there's no pressure. Even though I couldn't have found that word beforehand, it feels like there's no pressure. Every time you see a new season, the forest gets closer and closer and closer. And that's great and beautiful, but it's more work. So we could never have done this much work. If we had done this at our pace, by the time we got where we wanted to go and went back to the beginning, it would have grown. There would not have been a way to do this much at once. So this is really cool, and it gives you room to like think.
It's very squishy.
So right here was a big old thicket
Now watch out.
of
This is kind of what I was
mesquite thorns.
got that thorn through my foot.
And now it's just mulch.
Look, we can see Mercy from over
I
there.
know, it's really cool.
That used to be all forest, right?
But all through there you can see,
Like tripping
you see all that clearing?
Yeah, it really does feel like you can see farther. You said that yesterday.
There was several little tiny oaks that I felt bad, but that just wasn't ever gonna work.
Whoa.
But we kept this little guy to grow up. Ooh, he got something over here.
Who did?
The mulcher, like look how much there is over here.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the pond. There's Finley walking into the great unknown. Huge clearing that he did.
Huge, like, reward.
This is what, well, this was that thicket that I was like, I really need this
Oh, cute.
cleared. There's just so much more now that we can do with this property, like all of that. So all of this was just these little just groupings of mesquite. I hear all you guys about mesquite. There's still good things about mesquite. Yes, we did not get rid of all the mesquite, and it's very possible they're going to come back stronger because we try to cut them down, but we're going to try to manage them.
Yeah.
This just gives us way more space to be able to get chickens or possibly sheep back here, hopefully maybe some sort of cow back here.
So as long as we're on top of the maintenance, they can be mowed down with just a lawnmower.
Because
It is
everything
really
back here is so rock hard. Isn't it nice?
Yeah, like right there.
This is a stone.
And it smells.
Nah. Because this is cedar. Oh my goodness.
So weird.
We have. That's because it's cedar. How did we get?
A rat snake.
Maybe it chopped it.
There's lots of ants.
Maybe it chopped
It did.
Walk away.
It did.
Can we put it on our nature shelf?
Oh.
No.
Ew.
Okay, so a couple of you might be thinking, you know, wow, it didn't look like he really cleared that much in the back. And I agree, that was part of my thought process of like, he didn't clear that much. There's a whole lot of things that should have been cleared. I agree. What we ended up choosing to do is we really cleared the entire back part of our property in the open areas. So instead of concentrating, what we said in the video starting at the top of the elevation, we just kind of get going, and we really didn't do that. We ended up clearing all of the open areas of those mesquite trees because those were open areas that we currently had. And once we open that up, then I can actually mow through that and I can manage that part of our property better to build more pasture. We only have 7 acres, but of the 7 acres, there is a lot of wooded areas. And just to be honest, we're gonna have to have this guy back. One 8-hour day of $1,500 was just not enough for this property. We probably needed at least 2, possibly 3 full 8-hour days, and our budget just didn't allow for that. We wanted to be able to get it in here. The next thing we want to try to do is, with some of the cleared areas that we did, try to run a new water line to the back. That way we can put our next round of meat chickens back there, but then also we want to get some sheep. We want to start working towards getting a dairy cow. We know we're going to be getting new animals. We know we're going to be getting pigs over here in this forested area. We already have some fencing set up for them. I love this property and I love being able to share it with you so much because anything new that we do is just a ton of fun. I don't know what we're gonna do. We kind of just make this up as we go each and every month. We have a plan for everything that we want to do, but depending on how much money we have or what excites us in that next month, this is what we end up doing, and we're gonna bring you all along. So hey, if you like this button, please smash that video for the YouTube algorithm. Oh, I'm tired. All right, we'll see y'all in the next one.